last week also tweeting about this. Michael Copon is back on Kababayan, LA. Is this your first time?
Oh,
You've been here before, right?
Like second and third time?
Yes, thank you so much for dropping by. And yes, he looks familiar. This is where you may have seen him. Watch.
It's really getting old. Not as old as you hurting my sister, because I make it my business. You hurt her, I hurt you. A little gathering at this club tonight. Thought maybe you'd like to come. They're too cheap for that.
Are we supposed to be scared now?
Why aren't they working?
You are doing everything. Is there anything you cannot do? So you sing, you're producing music, and you're acting still, and you're opening for Justin Bieber?
No, opening for Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars,
yeah.
Okay. And so you're doing a lot of things.
Yeah.
What's the one thing you cannot do? Can you cook?
Speak Tagalog fluently, which I'm working on because I'm going.
You need that. You need that.
I know.
When is Bruno Mars' concert?
April 7th.
April 7th.
Yeah.
And this is quite a revelation to some also because not everybody knows that you sing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody knows that I sing. Actually, not everyone knows that I produce music and engineer and mix, master, and do all that as well.
Tell me, how did you get started? Was it like, when you're, like most Filipinos when you're younger, were every family parties, you're there, put in the middle of everybody else, and okay, act, sing, whatever, just perform?
Well, we had the typical like karaoke sessions that every Filipino party has. So, but what's funny, I didn't sing. I never sang until I moved to LA. When I was about 18, 19, I started picking up singing. And so growing up, I played sports, and it was my other cousins. We didn't really have any singers in our family, to be honest. We just did it because every Filipino
was doing it.
Was doing it. That's like the thing to do. It's like the typical thing.
Just sing.
Yeah, just sing. It's like I always say, it's like a joke. It's like that's your punishment.
So you were an athlete. You were playing sports. How did you stumble upon acting?
Well, when I was 17, I was asked if I wanted to go model in New York or LA, and I just said, you know what? Actually, yeah, I'm gonna try it out. So I turned down my whole full ride scholarship to come out here and.
Really?
Yeah. My dad was a little upset at first because he was like, he wanted me to be a football player.
Right.
And I played with like D'Angelo Hall was on my football team. He plays for the Redskins.
So you had a career in football as well.
Well, I mean, it was possible.
Yeah.
I had like D'Angelo Hall, James Anderson, who's on the Panthers, Daryl Tapp, who's on the Seahawks, Chris Crocker, who's on the Falcons. They all played high school football.
So what made you decide to ditch that and try out modeling?
I was always like an artist internally, and I think growing up in Virginia, it's like that movie Remember the Titans. Everybody plays football. The whole town goes to the game. I mean, the whole place is deserted unless you're playing football. So I mean, you don't get respect for being an artist there. If I grew up in LA, it probably would have been different. I probably would have went to a performing arts school or something
studied
like
acting
that.
and all that, right. Not that you're not acting now. Are you taking acting lessons as well?
Well, I go off and on. I study techniques. I studied the Meisner technique, Alexander technique. Just like everything, I like to learn the root of where acting originated from, as opposed to the same thing I did when I started drawing. Instead of just going to like a class, I like to learn the basics, like the history of it.
Okay.
Back to the basics, and fundamentals.
That's how you develop.
So you can create your own characters. Like this new movie I did, Killer Holiday, that I just produced and played the killer in. It was like the character was like a psycho killer. So, but you got to find a way to become lovable and show that he has his internal issues too. That you want people to fall in love with the person, even though he's killing or
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Ooh, that's dangerous. Okay, we have the trailer for you later on in the show. Stick around for that. Now comes the most important part and most exciting. They can ask you anything. Anything and everything under the sun, because we have our first caller. A first caller on the line. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Hi. What's your name?
Lynn.
Lynn. Okay. What's your question or comment for Michael?
Okay, Michael, if you could trade places with any celebrity, who would it be and why?
Good question.
Ooh, good question.
Safe question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, right now, I would like to be Justin Bieber. Bieber fever, that kid's on top of the world. To be his age and to do what he's doing, it's
taking over the world.
He's taking over the world.
Yes.
And he's got 7 million Twitter followers.
Yes.
By the way, follow me on Twitter.
Yes, Michael Copon. Okay.
At Michael Copon. But no, I mean, being Justin Bieber, if I could choose to be an actor that I really respect, I would love to be Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp, okay. But going back to Justin Bieber, would you have would you keep the long hair or?
Nah, I kind of like his new thing that he just did. He's got this kind of short, it's still long, but short, it's kind of messy and stuff.
Right, so you're not one of those millions of fans that hated it and stopped following him actually because of that.
Really?
Yes. Okay, Johnny Depp. Why Johnny Depp?
He's an incredible actor. I mean, he took the career route that I'm taking right now, where I'm going against what probably is the type or the character types that I would be expected to play. And I would like to play interesting roles and characters that probably don't look like me.
And you're actually adding more because you're doing music.
Yeah.
Nancy.
Yeah.
Nancy is joining us from Los Angeles. Hi, Nancy. Are you there?
Oh, hello?
Yes, you're on the air with Michael Copon.
Nancy.
Oh, hi. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
How are you?
What is your question?
Hello?
Are you still alive?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hi, Michael.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good.
Good. Well, I had a quick question for you. I just noticed that as an American performer, you continue to represent your Filipino roots. And I was just wondering, what about being Filipino makes you the most proud?
That's a good question, actually. You know, growing up, I really enjoyed watching films like the Italian mafia films and watching, you know, Filipino films that my grandparents were watching because of the culture. They have a huge culture. I think the Filipino culture they're all about family and love, and the values are just really strong, and I appreciate that. And growing up Filipino, having our pride that we have, you know, it's cool to have that pride. I mean, growing up in school, it's like I remember moving, you know what it was? When I moved to my middle school, I had to move to another school in Virginia Beach, and I was new. And because I was Filipino, the Filipino community took me in, and I had friends the first day. And even though they called me White Mike, because I was half white.
Right. So you belong, and that's what you want, giving protection.
It's love, protection, and just honor. They have a lot of great values, and they're just a great culture.
And you know what? Okay, let me tell you a secret. Our phone lines are on fire. And we have more phone calls when we return on Kababayan LA. Don't go away.